Hello everyone. Hope you're doing great. Today we have got an interesting read titled, Ex-Wife Drops Back into My Life After 6 Years. My ex and I met in college and were madly in love all 4 years in school. Got married after graduation in 2010. In 2013, I caught her in a year plus affair with a coworker. I was crushed. She said they loved each other. Soulmates, didn't mean to hurt anyone, blah blah. We divorced only 3 months later. I was crushed. Worst time in my life. I mourned for over a year. I heard they got married. One day I decided I was tired of being sad, so I completely let go of her in my heart, got off my butt, and truly moved on. I'm a programmer by profession and decided to take a pre-sales solutions consultant gig with one of the biggest software companies on the planet. That job has been amazing. I've traveled the entire world, every continent and all the major cities. Life has been a great adventure. I never did date seriously or remarry. I'm not opposed to casual dating and have dated beautiful women all over the globe. After my experience with marriage, I decided that wasn't my path and have been happy. Sometimes lonely, especially during holidays, but overall happy. I had decided enough traveling for a while, so I switched roles and am based in a major city in the US. I'm sitting in a diner on a Saturday morning eating breakfast and reading the news, Facebook, Reddit, etc. And somebody says, "My name, oh my God." The voice sounded like one of my female friends at work, so I looked up to say hi and my jaw dropped. It's my ex-wife. Here I am, 2,000 plus miles away from our old hometown, haven't seen her in almost 6 years, and there she is. I was dumbstruck. All I could manage was hi. I hate to say it, but she looked beautiful. She said I looked amazing. She asked if I was busy and that she didn't want to bother me, but that she'd love to talk. I said sure. We ended up talking for over 2 hours and continued for another couple of hours when we went for a walk in a nearby park. We were making small talk about mutual acquaintances, my stories of traveling the globe, everything but the elephant in the room. She finally asked me if I had gotten remarried at any point. I said no. Once was enough. She seemed sad by that. We walked in silence for maybe a minute and she said, "I have to say that I'm so sorry for what I did to you. You didn't deserve it. It was incredibly crappy and has haunted me since it happened. You didn't do anything wrong. I said you fell in love with someone else and married them. I couldn't stop you from doing that. I wanted you to be happy. Then I asked, 'Are you happy?' She laughed at one of those joke laughs. Ha! She told me the other man and her fought constantly, and he ended up cheating on her and leaving her 2 years into marriage. I said, 'I'm sorry that happened to you. I know how bad that can hurt.' She said she knew that when her heart was broken, all she could think of was that she had done the same thing to me, and that tortured her. She said she fell apart for almost a year, engaged in very self-destructive behavior, and then went to therapy to figure out why she's so screwed up. She said that was extremely helpful, and several years ago, she finally grew up and holds herself accountable for her own actions now. She had ended up moving to this city because she has an aunt that she loves, that lives there. And after her second divorce before age 30, she needed to make big changes in her life. The changes were noticeable. She's definitely more mature. I had to go and get ready for the evening with friends, so we said our goodbyes. We exchanged contact info and agreed to go have coffee and talk more. We have been doing that. We're both single. I guess there's no harm. I can tell she wants more from me. She wants me to want her back. She drops hints as big as the Pacific Ocean. I'm not dumb. I have to admit she still has that certain something that just makes my heart skip a beat. Something I can't describe. Something I hadn't found in anyone else since her. I guess it's chemistry between us. To be honest, I want to be more than friends. I want to hold her and kiss her. She wants that too, but as of yet, I've made zero moves. What holds me back? Fear. I'm afraid of getting hurt again. If she had been a casual girlfriend that dumped me, I would have shook it off and moved on quickly. She wasn't, though. She was my wife and the love of my life. I used to dream of her somehow coming back into my life. Well, here it is, and I'm scared shitless. I don't know if I can give her that much of myself again. I'm way more protective of my heart now. We've both grown a lot, and the past seems like 100 years ago. If she wasn't who she is, I'd already be head over heels in love. I struggle with whether I pursue love with her again, or do I leave the past in the past. It sounds cliche, but it just had to be her. Of all the people I could have met here, it had to be her. Don't do it, bro. Don't. Remember, if she hadn't cheated, you'd still be married. She only regrets because her life sucks and isn't the way she planned out to be. She showed you what she is the first time. Don't give her a second chance to do it again. A year later, OP posted an update, which is, I've gotten so many requests for an update. I have one, but was hesitant to post because in this sub, I'd take a lot of grief. The update is we got remarried over the Christmas holidays and we're now pregnant. She has grown a lot as a person. So have I. We're not kids anymore. We're in an adult relationship and it's much better than before. Throw in the chemistry we've always had and it's wonderful. I couldn't be happier. I do want to address the accusations that she tracked me down. She didn't. She had moved to our current city before I did. She really had moved on, went to therapy, and had grown a lot as a person. I just happened to be in that diner. We think it had to be fate or some type of intervening force. Neither of us are religious, but the astronomical odds of us running into each other, both single and in a city neither of us had ever lived in, are hard to ignore. Obviously, the universe had a plan for us. I wish all of you good luck. My only advice is, don't close your heart. You never know who will stroll into your life. Man, what an update. You jumped straight into the lion's den. I hope you signed a prenup and DNA test the baby. Enjoy it while it lasts. We might see another update in future where she cheats again, but who knows? I wish you good luck, OP. Next, the second story titled, Just Discovered a 3-Year Affair of My Husband. Cannot handle the pain and having suicidal thoughts. Need advice. First time posting. English is not my first language, so sorry for any errors. Probably a long post. I, 40 female, have been with my husband, 38 male, for 20 years, married for 18. We have 2 kids together, 19 female, 17 male. I have gone through my worst phases of life with my husband, and he has always been a rock support for me. Our marriage had rough patches as well. I got pregnant at a young age, so I had never experienced the life of teenagers. Early in our marriage, I cheated twice on my husband. One of the affairs was with my ex for about a year and a half, physical and emotional affair, and another was emotional affair with a random guy online, also for about a year. We married at a young age, so I made some really terrible choices which I regret to this day. He forgave me for the affair, but made me sign an agreement for distribution of assets in case of divorce in future. I agreed and understood why he had to do that. We started fresh and had an awesome marriage. He encouraged me to become sober and clean from drugs. At the time I cheated, I used to take drugs. He got a promotion and we bought our house. He planned vacations and encouraged me to pursue my hobbies. He helped with chores and was a great dad to our children. About 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. When the doctor informed us about the cancer, he literally broke down and started crying. At that moment, I realized how much he loves me. I had to undergo surgery for the removal of my uterus. After successful surgery, he took care of me like I was a child. He made me breakfast, ordered lunch, and cooked dinner. For 6 months, he did not let me do any household work or any other work. He even made food for children on his own. These are the moments that I look back and imagine that I could not have survived without him. He is my soulmate, and I cannot imagine my life without him. Last night, while he was sleeping, I unlocked his phone and opened his Facebook for some of his photos, as I was planning on to surprise him with big collage of his life journey on his birthday. I saw 2 Facebook accounts on it. One was his regular one, but the other was with the different name. I opened the other account and found that messages that were sent to his former coworker. They were sexting. I didn't read them, but screenshotted the entire thing and sent it to my phone, deleted screenshots from his phone and left his phone on his side. I was not able to sleep and was crying all night. In the morning, my eyes were noticeably swollen. He asked me about my health, to which I replied I was fine. He gave me a kiss on the forehead and left for work. As soon as our younger son left for school, I opened the screenshots and read their entire conversation. Messages were dated back 6 months ago. As I scrolled up, they discussed about their sex fantasies, things they'll do to each other, and nudes. It made me sick to my stomach. As I scrolled more, I saw the message, Happy 3-year anniversary. I don't know why, but after reading that, I literally had a panic attack. I was just laying on the floor, crying. He told her about my past infidelity, and how he still has nightmares and flashbacks in mind. But with her, he feels free from those thoughts and enjoys every second of it. He even said that, how he has been tolerating every moment he has with me for past 18 years. Being intimate with me is just physical satisfaction he has to do for me, but with her, it is deep emotional chemistry. How he stayed in marriage because of children, and will leave me as soon as both our kids start going to college. They even had planned their wedding. It feels like in one day my life is destroyed. I thought we were a happy family. I had everything in life, but in one day my world is shattered. I wanted to grow old with him, but now it feels lonely. It seems like my life was a delusion. I can feel my body become lifeless, like my soul is being murdered. I thought that he would have forgotten the past mistake I made 14 years ago, but he was just bearing my mistake for so many years. I know that he is my soulmate, and I cannot live without him. I don't know what to do. I have suicidal thoughts by the idea of him leaving me. It's been 5 hours since I read the messages. I just want to die so that I have the privilege of dying with him as my husband rather than alone. Should I tell him how I feel and what are my thoughts? These past years, I have no idea of how much he suffered from the trauma of my betrayal. I know it would be selfish of me to guilt trip him, but my soul is tied to him. If he leaves me, I would rather die than living alone or with someone else. I'm confused and don't know what to do next. Any advice to save our relationship? Her husband only stayed with her for the kids and was waiting for the right time. She calls her affairs the mistake. Looks like she didn't own what she did and didn't let her husband heal from it. And secondly, guys, if your partner or spouse cheats, then leave. You will never forget. Like in this case, her husband could not forget after more than a decade. You might tell yourself that, but wound will always remain. And the last story. This is the last one, I promise, so bear with me. Title of this is My Ex-Wife, 42 female, wants to come back 3 years after leaving me and the kids. 3 years ago, my wife was planning on cheating with me with another man. I saw some of the signs and caught them sexting. She felt like our life wasn't what she wanted. We divorced and she ended up leaving for the other man. Our 3 kids, now 15 male twins, 12 female at the time, felt abandoned. I got the house and sole custody of the kids, and she didn't make much effort to see the kids. Granted, they didn't want to see her and were quite vocal about it. Since then, the kids seem to be doing better, but still I feel like they miss their mom, especially my younger twin boy. I've seen my ex-wife a handful of times since then, and I've moved on in the sense that I've slept with other women since then, but I'm not dating and don't plan on it until the kids are all done with high school at least. Recently, I learned the man my wife ran off with is now a bankrupt alcoholic abuser. She left him and went back to living with her parents. She came over this weekend when the kids were with my brother at his cottage and talked with me, basically pleading for me to take her back, how she made a mistake, and lost her savings, the money from the divorce, her kids. She wants to work towards us getting back together and raising our kids together. I listened to her, but I didn't really say much, and she left back for her parents' house. The whole situation has my head spinning. On one hand, I want her back so much, and I think with time, the kids would appreciate having their mom back. The other women I've been with are good, but there's always a feeling of something missing. But also, I wonder if she only came back because that man became what he is today. Even if we get back together, I don't plan on getting married to her. At least not right away, and if we did, there would definitely be a prenup. I'd want her to stay with her parents and slowly integrate herself back into mine and my kids' life. There's also the problem that I don't know if I can even accept her. Part of me looks at her as used goods. I know that's bad. We probably need both couples and family therapy. Thinking about the future right now is difficult. I have so many variables to account for. If she left again, what kind of damage would that do to the kids or myself? I just come on here to gain an outsider's perspective. TLDR. My ex-wife wants to come back 3 years after leaving me and the kids. Edit. In case anyone suggests, yes, the kids are mine, I checked. She found out the grass isn't greener the hard way. She left the family and didn't want anything to do with all of you. Now, her guy didn't turn out the way she supposed him to be. She is running back to you, her plan B. You are only her meal ticket, a free ride. Do not take her back. Ask your kids if they want to have contact with her. If they are okay with that, then allow her occasional visits. Good luck to you and your kids. And that's enough for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out. Until next time, bye.